Hi, Katrina.
Hi. This is a great place to meet each other.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Did you ever imagine that the first time we're going to sit across each other and talk about each other's lives, it's going to be recorded?
No, I think next time someone asks me that, I will realize it's potentially can be very difficult, but I think it's a good place to get to know someone, I guess, on camera, sure.
Yeah.
मैं आपका बहुत बड़ा fan हूँ. आप किसी अच्छे से विक्की कौशल को ढूंढ के शादी क्यों नहीं कर लेते? शादियों का सीजन चल रहा था, मुझे लगा आपका भी मन कर रहा होगा, तो मैंने कहा पूछ लेता हूँ.
क्या?
मुझसे शादी करोगी, मुझसे शादी करोगी.
हिम्मत नहीं.
Vicky Kaushal in our lives. You're going to complete 2 years again now. And I feel...
December 9th.
December 9th.
Not only you, I remind him as well.
I know December 9th. I know it. I knew it. But December 9th is the date when that happened. You remind him as well? I don't think so. I think he remembers, no?
That I don't know, because I don't give him a chance to forget it.
But he's, you know, when we were talking to him last time also, he said that how you have brought such a... You've made his life so much more better because of the energy you get. You're barely only laughing. He said such nice things, Katrina.
I don't know. I'm laughing because whenever like we're apart for a few days or a week or for a schedule, and then whenever I come back, he says like, "See, that's what was missing. The drama. It's the drama. When you're around, there's drama. So there's entertainment. So I'm just entertained, and life seems full. This is that. This is that. This is that. This
But
is
you
that."
are entertaining.
I guess I've been told by my husband that I am. So I think I have to accept that I must be entertaining on some level.
And you 100% are. But like I said, you know, he was really saying that, and also about the fact that you are really like one of the wisest people he knows.
But can I tell you something on a serious note? He is also very, very wise. He's very wise. Yeah, he's very, very mature beyond his years, and I think that a big part of that has to do with the upbringing that he's had from his parents. I think he's had such a solid upbringing and such wonderful parents, and they've instilled that deep sense of values and I think just the right approach to life.
You know, asked out and eventually married someone who is an icon of, you know, Indian cinemas, who was older than you, who was far more successful than you when you even started dating her, and has obviously is one of the most desirable people in our country. पहले तो मैं ये पूछना चाहूँगा, as a man, how did you even feel like you could ask her out? It's a fair question. Come on.
I have had trouble coming to that reality. Ki I can, and see, to answer the first part of the question, those factors were never the reason why I fell in love with her. You know, because why I fell in love with her was when I got to know what the human part of her, the person that she is, and there was no coming back from that. Once when I got to know who she is, I was just fully in love, and I knew that I would love to have her as my life companion, you know. And then nothing else matters. Then everything else is just, you know, whatever life has to offer. And the other part of the question, yes. So first I used to find odd getting attention from her. I was like, hey, are you okay? Not that I was also giving a lot of attention and it was mutual, but how you are defining her, it was just that. For me also, coming from the outside and not knowing her as a human being, it was just that, because she was like that. She was a phenomena, and you know, and she still is, but now it's just that human side has also gotten added, and now I can't, I'm just more so in awe. Yeah. So yeah, shuru mein obviously ye lagta tha ki why me? Like what? But she's a lovely human being, and you know, once I got to understand that, and I got to spend time with her, and just get to know Katrina Kaif, the human being, it was just, I've never met a person like her. I've never heard her saying anything ill about anybody else.
Wow.
I've never heard her like, you know, she's very compassionate towards people around, towards the environment that she's in. And that for me is like my biggest turn on, always.
How did you, I mean, I've asked you, how did you have the courage of asking her out, but how did you eventually ask her out?
Eventually it was just as simple as, can I take you out for dinner? But yeah, there was a journey to reach that stage. And that journey is not for the cameras. but yeah, eventually it boiled down to as simple as, can I take you out for a dinner? Yeah.
When you decided to get married, did you, again, putting yourself out there, you know, is always a very difficult thing for a man to do, right? Were you sure that she's going to say yes when you decided to ask Katrina? Or did you ever have this key, I may get a no, and what will happen to me then? Was that ever a mindset?
No, it was, see, the thing is, in our courtship, it didn't reach a stage where it was this suspense ki when I'll ask for marriage, it might be a yes or a no. We just knew from the beginning that this is extremely serious. It is that, you know, we are in this to look for something permanent, and we had that understanding. So marriage, to be very honest, it was not a question from one side and then an answer from the other. It was actually a discussion that we had, that, okay, you know what, now what do you think? And we just discussed it into, okay, let's get married.
Why do you think Katrina wanted to marry you? What is it about you that even all the women in this country today on Twitter are seeing a video of yours where you're dancing to Riyaz Saab? Oh, viral kar rahi hain ladkiyan, marriage material, man written by women. What is it about Vicky that women find? And for that matter, let's talk about Katrina. What is it that Katrina loves in you?
I've asked her a few times. Because sometimes I don't believe ki ye kya ho raha hai. But what she says is that, like, sometimes she gets very serious, and she said that to me on certain occasions, that I just feel like you have a set of values which I admire, and you are stubborn for those values and you protect those values, and I admire that, and I like that about you. So it was quite deep, but I was like, sounds good.
Other hand, मैं देखता हूँ कि Katrina also spoken about how when she was down on her birthday, you did a whole concert dancing for her. You sing her to sleep sometimes. Vicky, how are you as a husband?
I'm genuinely at a phase where I'm just trying to understand what being a husband is, and I learn every day. But all I know is that I want to see her smiling. Like, that is all that matters to me, and that is what I want to know. That whatever she's doing, wherever she is, in whichever mental space she is happy. I want her to be that person, that, you know, she is just feeling happy. And when I see that she's not feeling that, I just don't care about anything else. Maybe I've not solved the situation, but if I could just make her smile, that's it. That's all that matters to me. And it's not that I succeed every time, but you keep trying, and that's what I think. It's truly been a like, you know, a very evolving journey for me after marriage. And somebody had said very beautifully that, you know, it's not 2 points, like, you know, this is me and this is my wife, and this is not 2 points coming together. It's never towards each other. We both walk towards a common point where there's a little bit of me and there's a little bit of her, and there's a new us that forms.
Beautiful.
And that is what we are searching for. So sometimes wo galti kya karte hain, we have to reach towards each other. We never have to reach towards each other. We have to reach to a place which is common, which is comforting for both of us, where there's a little bit of her and there's a little bit of me.
Are there any gender roles in your marriage that you're trying to unlearn or do differently as a husband? क्योंकि मैंने ना एक ना इंटरव्यू भी कटरीना ने किया था जहाँ बोला था कि you call her your panic button, you know, कि she's the one who's anxious, and then, you know, and you're the one who calms her down. And then she also said about how she's learning to listen from you, which actually
we used to laugh about it later, but our initial few arguments, I used to say कि listen, I don't get to talk. And she's a person who loves to talk, and I'm a person who loves to listen. But when you are on two opposite ends and you're trying to come to an understanding, talk, listen, we both have to exchange that roles. So it was our internal joke that, you know, more than I love you, these 3 words, I have the more than that, I've said, let me talk. So these were the 3 magical words between the both of us, and we've laughed so much about it. But हाँ, यही सब सीखा है. Then for me, when I'm troubled, when I feel agitated, when I'm feeling like कि, listen, she's the person who wants to talk about it, who wants to discuss it, and come to a conclusion and then solve it. I am the guy. My biggest defense this thing is solitude. This thing is leave me alone. It is nothing against you. I need my space. I rework everything declutters and settles itself, and then I'll come back. And it's genuinely flushed out of my system. It's just that how we are as people, how individually we are. And that is what you keep understanding about each other.
But that's marriage. That's companionship.
Yeah, that's companionship.
I think the more you learn from each other, I think you see each other grow, and I think that's what makes it so beautiful. I have to ask this. If you and Katrina had to do a movie, what kind of a role would you both want?
Oh, wow.
As characters?
I know it's a hypothetical question, but I keep telling her कि अगर हमें कोई फिल्म मिले ना, तो ऐसे characters भी ऐसे होने चाहिए कि we are playing to our strengths. That I'll be the silent guy, you be the talkative person, and coming together. So I think we'll go in sync with what works for us. So yeah, but मैंने कहा कि on that set there'll be 2 directors for me, because one director will be on set and फिर एक director होगा जो घर पे आके बताएगा कि ये सही नहीं किया और वो गलत किया और ऐसे होना चाहिए और वैसे होना चाहिए.
For you, have your mother-in-law seen the film, and what was her reaction?
Yes, of course, my father-in-law and my mother-in-law have seen the film, but even more special was, of course, she loved the film, but I think what was really special was because for Shyamji, he's an action director.
Yes.
So he was very excited to see me doing the action, and really excited that, you know, he was like, I'm getting a lot of calls from people, and the response to Zoya's action is really heartwarming, and I think he felt very happy about that.
बहू ने नाम रोशन कर दिया.
Yes, exactly.
In Tiger, you're married to a raw agent. In real life, you're married to India's first field marshal, Sam Mahadur Manekshaw. How's that?
I like how you made that connection.
But it is. How's the atmosphere at home with both films happening?
It's exciting. We're like ships in the night. You know, I'll come home from an interview, and Vicky's going to Calcutta for his promotions. You know, so it's a busy time in our household, and we don't get to see each other much because when you're both working so much and you both have a film on release, then it's obviously you're going to be missing each other. But we got to spend at least Diwali with our families and all together, so that was lovely. I think he's a really, really phenomenal performer, and I'm always excited to see what he does next.
Disciplined.
Katrina.
Yeah. Does it not become a little difficult sometimes that you are the lazy one and she's so disciplined?
No. When we are both at home and we are chilling and we don't have to go out for work or whatever, then we are both lazy. It's beautiful. It's really like a party of 2 lazy people. But she's like a monster when she's required to be disciplined. Like, she's a monster.
That's true. She's very dedicated, hardworking. Hard to please.
Katrina.
Really?
Yeah, she's like when it comes to like certain matters, but certain matters she's very picky about. And like when it comes to her food, like when it comes to like her clothes, sometimes she's very easy on the clothes, but she's very like, she has got taste. Like, she's peculiar. Not, what did you say? Who's picky?
Picky. Hard to please.
Hard to please. No, she's peculiar about those things, so I'm guessing it's her. Yeah.
But she's not so picky about her food. You told her that she cheats on her.
Sometimes. See, when the discipline mode comes in, bhai saab, she's very picky.
Okay, one thing you love and tolerate about Katrina.
I love everything about her. I don't tolerate anything. For the sake of one interview, I am not going to jeopardize my domestic life. Thank you very much, Nayandeep.
Great Indian heroine.
The first name that popped in my head was Katrina Kaif.
But why not? Just say it.
Yeah.